first person other than my parents who believed in me and took me seriously intellectually. And I think that person, who was actually my high school English teacher, made such an impression on me. And so connecting with kids is a vital part of what I think every adult can do, even if they're not doing it with their own kids, doing it with other kids, kids from school, kids from the neighborhood. I think that's really important in terms of development.
Every child deserves to have a meaningful connection with an adult. And, ideally that adult is a family member, a parent, a grandparent. But sometimes it's not. And they need somebody who's going to advocate for them in the legal system if that's necessary, in the school system if that's necessary. We get involved in the schools a lot of times, and in placement of that child. So it's a commitment to do the GAL work. It's long term, it's hard, it's weekends and evenings, and especially in the last year, a lot of phone calls and a lot of Zooms. But I think it's important that the public recognize that these kids deserve a chance, and they have to have a chance, and not only for that child, but for the rest of our community.
So just the whole process of becoming, I don't have children, I never had children, and the whole process of connecting with a child that might need a little help has been very meaningful to me. That I could bring to a child's life something important, like encouraging creativity and imagination, something important in their life that wouldn't have been there before.
This year's theme of Child Abuse Prevention Month fits perfectly into our primary goal as a public health department. We know that connections matter to developing healthy brains, caring relationships, and thriving communities. For our children to be healthy in every way, they need adults in their lives who are positive influences. By committing to preventing child abuse, serving as a mentor, and supporting local nonprofits that serve children, you can be that positive influence, that connection.
At the Department of Social Services, we see firsthand every day why connections are important. When parents and children have supportive people in their lives, someone who they can call on when they hit a rough patch or run into problems, we are less likely to see them in our child welfare system. Children who have experienced abuse or neglect are often living in families where at least one parent is dealing with a very difficult problem, like a serious substance use disorder, a mental health issue, or domestic violence. Our hope is that we can grow a community where families can access needed supports and services earlier before problems get so big that children are suffering as a result. Let's all work toward being a connection for someone in our lives. It could really make a difference.